Okay, so let me start by sharing my screen and let us finish the topic for today before I open the house for discussion. So what we've been doing, we are almost towards the end of our course and we started understanding marketing. We started from that point zero. We understood the evolution of marketing. We understood consumer behavior, macro, micro aspects of environment that influence marketing. We understood product, then we went to price, we went to place, which is distribution, and now we are doing promotion, which I always say is the wrong word. The right word is integrated marketing communications. Because if your consumer is not aware of the existence of your product, brand, or service, then how will he or she buy? And therefore, what is important to understand is that the four P's do not work in isolation, they work together. Having a great product is not enough, or just having a great integrated marketing communication is not enough. Similarly, having a great distribution alone is not enough. You need the four to work together because marketing has nothing to do with the word I, it has to do with the word we. And when we were doing integrated marketing communication, we discussed advertisements, we discussed sales promotion last time where I gave you a problem and I asked you to solve it, and then we discussed it later. And today we are discussing public relations. Now, what is public relation? I found some very interesting definition, and it says that public image makes up 63% of the value of most companies today. My God. And go back to your classes on perception when we were talking about what is perception. And I said perception is how you and I see the world around us. Perception is not reality. Perception is what you and I think is reality. And perception makes the image. You and I, we never buy a product, brand, and service. That's a hard reality of life. We buy an image. And public image, they say, makes up 63% of the value of most companies today. And it says when the reputation breaks down, it affects the company's entire corporate existence. Yes, so true. And you know what? While positive image, uh, people may not talk positively about you, but whenever there is anything negative, it spreads like fire. And that's where the public relations come into picture, because public relation is a strategic communication process that is used to build mutually beneficial relationship with the public. Very important words. Strategic, which means public relation is something which we think about, we plan. It's like a strategy. Communication process. It's a process of connecting with your different stakeholders. And very important, mutually beneficial relationship, which means we are not just talking about building our image, but we are looking at a communication process which helps both the stakeholder as well as the company. Public relation, you would most probably ask me, then is how is it different from advertisement? Well, public relation is not paid. Advertisement is a paid communication, while public relation is not a paid communication. So public relations are different kinds. And let me start with, the first one. There are many kinds, but we will only discuss a few. Community relations. So when we talk about public relation, it is also important that go to the words I spoke. I said different stakeholders. I didn't just say only your final consumer. No, all your stakeholders. So the community where you are working, it's important to empower that community. It's important to connect with that community. And how are you doing it? And there are so many examples in India where you see that the companies take care of the people, of the community around them. the best example that I can think of is obviously our own university. And I don't know how many of you have seen this website, and let me go to this website. So what have we done? We have adopted villages around our lovely campus. So let me just go down to where it's mentioned. So under our Symbiosis Community Outreach Program and Extension, which was started on 2nd July 2012, you people haven't been on campus, and when you come, then we will take you for the university visit. We have a beautiful campus at Lovely. And there, what has SIU done? We have adopted the villages or 22 identified villages located in the vicinity of the main campus of SIU have been adopted by SIU. Now, what do you mean by adopted by SIU? So we provide them healthcare services, we create awareness about how to take care of your health. Not only that, we create awareness among them how to take care of their finances. So basically, so these are the various things that are mentioned: healthcare services, health awareness, non-healthcare things. So, we educate them. We educate them about finances, we educate them about banking, we educate them so that they can internet, so that they can take care of things in their daily life. So this is just one example of taking care of the community around you. Extremely important. Look around, as I said, in our country, there are many companies which are taking care of the community around them, helping them to grow, empower them. And this mutually beneficial relationship, yes, while your image definitely improves, the community also benefits. Internal relation. If your external stakeholders are important, your internal employees or your internal members are most important. You don't have to just build an image, take care of the people who are outside your company, but your own employees are also to be taken care of. Now, what do I mean taken care of? Does it mean salary or something? No. Salary.
Ma'am,
Yes.
ma'am, actually there is a short circuit in our building, so can I leave?
Of course, please, please, please,
Okay, ma'am.
take care, beta
Oh,
bhai.
हाँ.
My God. God. Who was that? I couldn't see the person. What was the name of the student, bache?
Ma'am, his name was Aryan Mantrecha.
Oh my God. Okay. Okay. Do I continue? Can I continue?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Yeah, so we were talking about internal relations. So I said your own employees, people within your company are very, very important. पहले घर परिवार ठीक होना चाहिए, उसके बाद बाहर जाया जाता है. So your own family first needs to be in order before you venture out to take care of your neighbors and others. And therefore, when I say that good public relation with your own employees, does it mean salary? No, salary is a basic necessity, which, I mean, nobody works for free. So keep that aside. But life is not just about money. It's more than money. And therefore, you will find people who are working in companies who do not pay much, and yet they don't want to leave that company. They swear by that company. And at the same time, you'll find people who are earning a lot, but they don't have anything good to say about a company. Because money is a basic necessity. Relationships go beyond money. And therefore, providing things, I mean, your internal relations may be affected by things like holidays, by the so-called medical facilities you provide, or counseling facilities you provide, or the other, or when you help. So for example, when an employee gets transferred from one city to another, if you help the employee in getting admission of the child in some school, all these things, these are just beyond salary, but help you to understand, help the employees to understand that the company cares for me. That yes, when I need them, they are there for me. And therefore, internal relations, according to me, most probably are one of the major things. Media relations. I mean, there is I can go on and on about the media and the role of media. And I don't think I need to. You are all well aware of media. Media can make or break. Media, as long as it uses its power, power positively, great. But yes, media has also used it negatively a lot of times. But one of the best examples that I can think of when media helped resolve the issue was the Nirbhaya rape case. Maybe you people were too young at that point of time, but that really shook our country, I think, almost 7, 8, or 10 years ago. To emphasize the importance of media, I'm just going to play this clip for you. This is the promotional clip of the film People Live, which came some years back. If you haven't watched it, do watch it. It just helps you understand the role of media. Yeah, here I go.
This is an absolutely shocking turn of events. Natha Das Manikpuri has gone missing. ये क्या कोई राजनीति षड्यंत्र है या नत्था के ऊपर कोई दबाव था?
गायब हो गया या गायब करवा दिया गया?
इसे पुलिस की लापरवाही कहे।
गायब जिंदा है मुर्दा, नत्था गायब जिंदा है मुर्दा।
18% लोगों का ख्याल है कि नत्था जी भाग गए हैं। 14% इसके पीछे इस्लामिक आतंकवादियों का हाथ बताते हैं और 7% अमेरिका को जिम्मेदार ठहराते हैं।
So this was a film which came long time back. I'm not even sure if you've heard of it, but if you do get time, please do watch it because this shows about the importance of media. Yes, as I said, media can make or break, and therefore one needs to be very careful to keep an eye on what is being portrayed as your image. If what is being written is wrong, you need to stand up for it and talk about it so that the people come to know that, hey, what is being written about a particular company, individual, organization is not correct, right? The next is government relationships. All policies, everything are made by the government. And let's understand the government. I mean, government does not know everything. Government, we need to educate the different departments of government about us. It's not fair to just expect that the government will also know about education, it will also know about business, it will also know about law, it will also know about this. No, I mean, how do they come to know? Don't forget the definition, mutually beneficial relationship. We need to have conversations with the different departments of the government. You need to portray your issues to the government. Only then can you expect the government to take or not take action. And therefore, government relationships are extremely important. Now, how do you develop these relationships? So be present on the various forums, be present, don't be afraid to write to them and interact with them, have a communication process. So for example, in SIU, very frequently we develop different papers with our thought processes of what we think can benefit the country or not benefit the country in terms of education, and we share it with the government. This doesn't mean that the government has to accept whatever we are saying, but yes, at least we are sharing our views. The new education policy that the government launched last year, how was it formed? It was formed by taking the views of the different stakeholders of the education industry. As I said, this is not an exhaustive list. Most probably when you'll talk to people, you'll find 10 more kinds of public relations. But what is important to understand is that public relation is a non-paid way of building a relationship with the public. On the other hand, advertising is a paid communication. So in advertising, you would only hear the good things about a company. While in public relations, you may hear good thing also, and you may hear bad thing also about the company. And therefore, all the more important to keep an eye on what the world is talking about your organization, about your product, brand, or service. Have there been some good PRs? Lots of them. I'm going to share some of them with you on Google Classroom. If somebody's writing anything in the chat box, just unmute and talk because I can't see over there. But I wanted to share one particular PR campaign which happened last year and which I really liked. So this was by United Nations. And in the last 1.5 years, our lives have gone upside down. And we are facing something which we had never even thought of before. And in this process, somewhere there has been a lot of communication, plethora of communication. Our WhatsApp is flooded with everyone becoming a teacher. Everyone is an expert on this corona. And somewhere you don't know what is correct, what is not correct. So there was this communication by United Nations which speaks about that be responsible in what you are sharing. A lot of people, whatever they receive, they just forward it. You never verify it. You don't even know whether it is right or wrong. And we don't understand that someone somewhere may read it and may believe it. And you never even verified it. So there was this communication, and let me show this to you. Oh, what did I do? Yeah. I thought this was a beautiful public relation campaign which they ran. And for those of you who want to know more about it, this is the website where more details are available, but so relevant. I mean, just at the right time. And it says, pause, think before you share. Don't just forward it because you have a forward button in your mobile or your email or whatever, but see what you are sharing. Have you verified it? And I think a lot of us most probably have faced this problem, especially in the last 1 or 2 months when our country was struggling with shortage of oxygen and things like that, and people were desperate. And at that point of time, all kinds of messages were coming, and out of those 10 messages, sometimes even not one was verified or even one was not working. So this was a beautiful campaign which I thought which tried to educate all the stakeholders and was a part of their public relations. Well, with that, I'll come to the end of this particular topic before I open the house for discussion. So let me just come back to my class. I'll stop the recording and we'll open the house for discussion.